Hi, my name is David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, and we are studying Gems in John, devotional thoughts throughout the Gospel of John. Now, we're still in John chapter 11, where we have just read about Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. Today, I'm going to be reading to you John chapter 11, verses 45 and 46, that tells us what happened after Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, and people started hearing about it, and then they started going to Lazarus's home, and this tells their response. Listen carefully. Starting with verse 45 of John chapter 11. Therefore, many of the Jews who had come to visit Mary and had seen what Jesus did believed in him. Now, it says that they came to see Mary because Lazarus, Mary, and Martha, they were siblings and they lived in the same home. And so they were going to see Mary because Jesus had visited their home and had raised Lazarus from the dead. But the Bible tells us that many of those who came to see Mary and witnessed Lazarus having been raised from the dead put their faith in Jesus. And that tells us the real purpose of every miracle. It is to draw people to Jesus. A miracle reveals Jesus in his power. It reveals his glory. It reveals his concern for mankind, that he wants to get his hands involved, that he wants to involve himself in our needs. And he many times works a miracle, healing people, delivering people, doing all kinds of different miracles. And when he raised Lazarus from the dead, oh my, what a miracle! And many people who witnessed this, at least they witnessed Lazarus after he had been raised from the dead, put their faith in Jesus. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, well, if I saw a miracle, I would put my faith in Jesus. Hold on a second. Let's keep on reading and find out what some people responded with. Verse 46, but some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done. Now, why is that important? Because it was well known that the Pharisees were looking for Jesus to kill him. They wanted to get rid of Jesus. They didn't want to put their faith in Jesus. They were out after Jesus to get rid of him. And so everybody knew that they were going to the Pharisees. It was with ill intent. So we have here some people that witnessed Lazarus having been raised from the dead put their faith in Jesus. And that was the response that the Lord wanted them to have. Put your faith in me as Messiah, as the Lord, as God who has come in the flesh. But not everybody did. Some of them went to the Pharisees to help the Pharisees get rid of Jesus. Now, why would they do that? Well, I can't answer for everybody, but all I know is witnessing a miracle doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get your heart right with God and put your faith in Jesus. I can't say why, but I do know this, that when Jesus reaches out to you and he allows you to see a miracle, which they're all over the place, open your heart to Jesus and let him draw you unto himself, because he has revealed himself, his power, his glory through a miracle, so that you, in belief, in faith, will put your trust in him. But you know, we have miracles all around us. Creation is a miracle. Just to think that God has created all around us, but yet that doesn't draw everybody to Jesus. So I pray that as you witness his miracles, that you too will put your faith in Jesus. But join with me again tomorrow, because there are so many more gems in the Gospel of John that we want to share with you. So I'll see you tomorrow.